So yesterday I went to Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
All right, I had a blast. Okay, it was my first time going to Dave & Buster's over here in Music. It's not my first time at Dave & Buster's, but I will say the first time that I've been there, I don't remember because I was fucked up. honestly, I think about it. I'm like, yo, did I even make it inside? Because
Yeah.
I feel like we
Wow,
got
is that bad?
yeah, I feel like we went there for like a hookah lounge or something, and then the Dave & Buster's was next door, right? And then we just stood in the parking lot the whole night.
Didn't do anything? All right. Yeah. I mean, if you have fun.
That was one random night in Bethlehem, one random night in Allentown. So, I got to experience the new Dave & Buster's last night. You guys know that piano game?
No.
You don't know the piano game?
No. Okay.
All right, so the piano, you know the one game that was on your phone, it goes, don't step on the white block or something like that? Okay, so that is the piano game. It's the same thing, okay? Just with the colors, right? So the top score there was 73, 73, 73, and I'm like, oh, man, I haven't played this shit in a minute. Let me see if I can get the rust off. So, I start playing it. I fuck up here and there, and I'm like, you know what? I got a little bit of time. Let me just, splurge my money on this game here real quick, right? Because I had the car preloaded. We were ready to go, and I was like, all right, well, let me just see what I can do, right? Plus, my date was fire at it, too. She was pretty good. So, anyway, I'm playing, right? I'm playing the game, going hard as shit, I was 73. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, let me try again. The second to last go that I had, right? Bro, guess who got a fucking 74?
You got it?
Guess who got a 74?
By one?
This guy right here
Oh my
got 74.
God.
So if you go into Dave & Buster's over there in Music and you see 74 and there's just one, just know that the middleman, Kevin Martinez, I did that. Okay, I did that. So I'm determined to go back there and just keep setting 74, 74, 74, bro. I was working.
You gotta hit 100. You gotta practice.
There's no way you can hit 100, bro. With the time limit that they give you, there's no way.
You don't think?
No way. But then again, there wasn't any way you could get to 74, and guess who did that?
Exactly.
I'll get 75. We'll try to get 75.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
We'll get up by one.
But with all that, you get a great amount of tickets, and I was like, all right, well, it's the end of the day. I kind of want some candy from the ticket thing, but also I want to get myself something nice, So I'm looking around. There's novelty items, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get this. So this is what I got. I think I spent like 500 tickets on this. 500? No joke. Yeah, and I had like 1,700. I got a bell that reads it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So just know if you hear it's fucking 5 o'clock somewhere. Now Dallas, you just heard that bell.
I did hear that bell.
You did hear that bell. Okay, what time is it then?
It's 5 o'clock
it's
somewhere.
It's fucking 5 o'clock somewhere. You're damn right it is, and it's 5 o'clock in the studio today.
How you doing?
Man, interest you in a shot. We don't usually do this, by the way. Are you with it? Are you with the shits? The bell rang. It's 5.
I guess so.
Is he with the shits?
Let's
do
it.
He's with the shits. Dallas, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the Middleman Podcast. This is not your first go-around, but we'll get into that later. I think we need to loosen up the heart, the soul, the mind, the body with a little bit of whiskey here. What do you say? Whoa, you dropping a mic? Look at you.
Mic drop.
Just tighten up that dial. Ooh.
This one. I don't even know which one.
Sorry, we're experiencing technical difficulties. Cut. All right.
Hello?
That should be good.
All right, yeah, we're back.
Cool. That is filled up to the brim. I accidentally did that, so I'm going to let you pour your shot there so I don't do you dirty like that.
Oh, you got that. These are sick, too.
Yeah, man. I forgot where I got them from. Ex-girlfriend, maybe?
It's a fire.
Just keep them in the fridge. Freezer. Well, good morning, man.
No
Welcome
sponsors.
No sponsors here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right.
Would anybody you want to ring the bell before we do this? Very well. Here we go. Cheers, Dallas. Cheers. Good morning.
Salute.
Smooth.
Yep.
Like honey.
Yep.
Evan Williams, that is. Everyone, welcome back to the Middleman Podcast. I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez, here joined with my good man, Dallas. Dallas, welcome to the show, my man. Like I said, you've been here before. You and I have created a bit of a rapport with each other. We know each other pretty well now. Mm-hmm. You were here for episode 100. Yep. You got a brief interview in, and we wanted to let you perform that night. I was willing to let you perform that night, but unfortunately, the owner of the building was like, "Nah, shut it down." So that didn't happen. But nonetheless, we're looking forward to seeing you perform. You're a musical artist. You're doing your thing. You've been a part of the Electric City Axe Throwing vlog. You've been a part of the studio vlog. Some really great content. So people who've been following the Middleman Podcast, you've probably seen Dallas or have heard of Dallas, not only through me, but also through STARDOM and Methadonix here. But, listen, Dallas, one thing that I feel like we need to talk about here is just who you are as an individual, because I feel like I know you as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And, even at the artist level, I'm like still scratching the surface. The point of this conversation is to try to get into your mind and understand how you really process things. So with that being said, man, I think it's really important for someone to know who you are as a person, like what your background is. Were you born and raised in Pennsylvania, bro? I don't even know that.
Nope.
No? Okay, where are you from? Hawaii?
Nope.
Florida?
Imagine. No, I'm from Long Island.
Long Island. Okay,
Yep.
Long Island. So tell me a little bit about yourself, man. What got you out here?
Lived there for in Bellport, Long Island for 7-8 years, something like that. And then my parents got a job offer out here, so we had to move to East Stroudsburg area, and then we came over and moved to Wallenpaupack on the lake, and we've just been there for a couple houses, but we've
Nice,
just been
man.
bouncing around there. Yeah,
Do you have a boat?
I do.
Ooh. All right, we're gonna have fun summers then. That's well appreciated, man. So you came from Long Island and you came to East Stroudsburg, and how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking? 21. You're 21. That's right. He had a drink. He's 21. Don't you damn worry about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't you worry about that, man. But so your upbringing, what was it like, man? Would you say you had a hard life? Did you say you had a decent life? What was Dallas like as a young lad?
There's trials and tribulations and everything. I mean, everybody's got their own sob story.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, but it wasn't easiest. I could say that. I guess I didn't come from money or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's tough. But 90% of the population deals with that. So
I agree.
I'm not gonna cry about it.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you
Yeah.
completely, man. So we just we did the Electricity Axe Ring vlog. We did the studio vlog. And those have been some really great experiences. And this, correct, is your first podcast.
Yeah.
Well, what makes you want to come to the Middleman Podcast? What makes my platform so special to make you want to come on this show?
I think you're a cool guy, Kevin.
I appreciate that, man.
I
Thank
think
you.
You're a cool guy.
Thank you. Other than that, anything else?
Media. I don't know. Yeah, it's just tea time, free Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
free shot.
Yeah,
Didn't-
free shot.
Didn't know that was coming, but that was a plus.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, bro.
It's
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So yeah, man. So tell me.
RIP Jimmy Buffett.
Tell me what got you into. So we know a little bit about your background. You would say you just had kind of a normal young life. Just going to school, did what you had to do, kind of stayed out of trouble, and then here you are now at the age of 21. Doing music. What brought you into the music world? I know briefly you and I had spoken off camera about how you were in the music game at one point, and then you kind of stepped away. Life happened, and here you are again with a big resurgence, in the music game. So tell me about where the first initial strike was for you in music, where you found your passion, your love for music.
My whole life I wanted to make music. I didn't know how to make music but I loved music my whole life. When I was 5, I thought I was in Big Time Rush, stuff like that. Yeah, certain things like that. I just always knew that it was gonna be something good. When I got a guitar when I was 6 or 7, like that, around that age. Started playing that. It was good. Sold it because I didn't play it anymore. And then just a couple things here and there that I really liked music. And everyone listens to music, no matter who you are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be able to create something that people can relate to. Honestly, is more what it is than trying to blow up or be famous. But I don't really know how to put it into words. Honestly, it's just a passion of mine that I've always followed.
Did you have a first go around? Were there songs that were released that may not be up right now because that was just the early stages of Dallas as an artist?
No, I never released anything before Wasted, which was my first one with STARDOM and everyone. But I downloaded this thing onto my computer, and I had so much free time at one point in my life for a month that I would just get YouTube beats and make a song, record over it. They were all horrible, but but I did it and it was fun, and it kind of showed me how it works a little bit. So I had a rough draft almost going into this. So I've never been in a real studio up until recently.
And
or
how old
anything
were you
like
when
that.
you were doing all those rough drafts and all that?
When I was recording them, it
Yeah.
was a year ago. When I started
Okay.
writing music, probably 6-7 years ago. I would write like a verse too. Me and my friends, we'd be drinking or something like that. We'd do like a little cipher or something.
Yeah.
Like the freshman class and stuff like that. But we would do that, and it would just be fun. And like they would always say like, "Damn, like you're kind of good at this." And then I never really like thought anything or did anything about it until like it was serious, and I got that text from Kelly, and then I was like, "Oh, I gotta like make something good now." Like, and it kind of was. It was way different doing it for like a reason than just like messing around for sure. Because when you're doing it for a reason and you know it's getting released, you can't. Well, at least me, I don't want to release something like whack and like something that like I don't like pertain into, like drill and stuff like that. That's not my niche, you could say. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's like a lot different because I feel like if you make a song that you're not even yourself relating to, you're gonna be looked at weird. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of pressure on my shoulders writing that, and it was a lot different, and it took me a lot longer too, for sure. I will say that.
So you had mentioned that Kelly had sent you a text. Would you care to expand about this text so the people at home know what's going on? Because, like, to my understanding, like I said, you had stepped away from the music game.
Yeah.
Whether or not it was something that you were planning on doing again or embarking on that journey, I don't know whether you did, yes or no, planned internally. But then things kind of just happen the way they do for a reason. So as you said, Kelly had sent you a message. Kelly's in the room, by the way. Appreciate you for being here. Methadonix, if you would.
Yeah. Do you want the full story? Like
yeah, of course,
background?
man. We got time, bro. We got time. That's
All
what we're here to do. We're here to chat.
So I've told the story before. If you've seen the 100th episode, it was told on there, like a brief story of it. But my friend's freshman year in college here, we were going out, and my one friend was macking with, I guess, his friend's sister. And
Okay.
so they dropped her off, and we're all sitting there in the parking lot like waiting, and then I saw Kelly, and he had a chain the size of my leg on. So I was
I can't even see your leg. You're wearing camo.
oh, Dad, yeah, I forgot pants. My bad. But yeah, I saw him, so I was just like, I don't know, I was drunk. I was like, "Yo, what do you do for a living? Like, that's a nice chain. Like, what do you do?" And he told me the whole spiel, made music and everything like that. And then,
Damn, that keeps dying, huh? Yeah, try to turn that right. If anything, we'll pause it real quick so we can adjust that and get it right so it doesn't happen again. I need some channel locks. You think you got it?
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
good.
Perfect.
Where was I? Oh yeah. And we met him on the on like literally in a street, random parking lot, and we went on with that, and I got a Snapchat or whatever, and then I texted him once, and I was like, "Damn, you weren't kidding, it's official," because he posted a picture in the studio.
Yeah.
And this dude treated me like a fan, and said so. I don't even know what he said, but he was like, "Yeah, you know us out here, all business," or something like that.
That's funny.
And yeah, and then that ended there, and then we didn't talk for over a year after that, probably. And then he texted me randomly out of the blue one day, and he was like, "Yo, are you still into music?" And I was like, "Yeah, definitely." And he told me about the STARDOM program, which I already knew about because I saw your podcast together, which was the first podcast I watched from the Middleman. I don't know why, but something was telling me to
Something will bring you to the show, man.
Yeah.
Something will bring you to the show.
Yeah, definitely. But we met there, and then he told me about the program and everything like that, and basically just took a huge chance on me because I didn't have anything to show him or anything like that. And everyone else, like all the other artists in STARDOM, already had stuff out or ready to show him. So he took a big chance on me. Appreciate you for that, by the way. And he basically just sent me a beat and said, "Write to it." Who sent me a couple. Pat picked one, wrote to it, and then that's how we got wasted. And I mean, it's just been up from there.
Yeah, man, 100%. Let me ask you, Kelly, while you're in the room, what made you initially want to hit him back up? I think that's an important part of the story because, in a sense, you kind of started the chain of motion.
Yeah, so like you said, we really did meet on the side of the street. That's totally accurate. You know what I mean? And I did not mean to treat you like a fan. How it was when he. All right, so you know how I text. So when
Yeah.
he slid up on my story and saw the studio, I was like, yeah, like, come fuck with us. You know what I mean? Like, we know what we're doing. We're about our shit over here. And so this is how it happened. I'm sitting in with my girlfriend Anna in her room, and I see a kid who looks like someone I know walk to the door the one day. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, he looks really familiar. You know what I mean? So I ask Anna, I'm like, what's that kid's name? And she's like, oh, Dallas. And I'm like, Newsom? And she's like, well, yeah, I think. And I was like, well, describe him to me so I could, you know what I mean? So then, like, 2 days pass, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, you know what? Let me reach out because we did have a prior conversation about him possibly getting into music with me. And that was, at that point, like a year and a half prior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, when I texted him, he was very on board with everything. And that ambition, when I could see you're hungry and you want something, obviously you deserve a chance. You know what I mean? And it reminded me of myself when I had first started, you know? So he was super excited. And something in my gut was just like, take the chance because you're not going to regret it. And I don't regret it. He's only improved since we've started, you know? And if he's improved this much in 5 months, imagine in a year what he's going to sound like, what he's going to accomplish.
Exactly.
And that was my mindset throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? The whole Stardom program is about giving chances. So even if he had literally nothing, there was no lyrics, there was no beats, there was nothing besides his ambition, and we took a chance on that, and it worked out. You know, so that's how it worked.
Well, I want to talk about your ambition. You know, Kelly had noticed it. You know, I have written here in my notes verbatim. When I speak to you, I see a fire in your eyes. You know, what makes you want to go get it? You know, I think that's something that's important. So that people understand is like what can you attribute? Who can you attribute to the amount of confidence that you have within yourself, or that fire within your eyes to just create music? Because to think that you came from, you know, having nothing essentially written down, planned, thought out, and here you are hitting the ground running. You know, as you are running, you're running at a high speed, bro. We'll talk about wasted. We'll talk about the numbers that did because that's done some phenomenal numbers with that being your first song. You know, like what can you attribute to that fire within you and the confidence? Would you say your confidence is stronger now than it was before?
Um, mm, Honestly, I'm not. I don't think my confidence has really changed at all because I always think there's room for improvement, and every time I make a song, like I'm doubtful no matter how it comes out. I'm like, is this like really good? Like, is this like what could I have done better? And I mean, we're always trying something new at the studio, which is awesome. Like whether it's background vocals, like switching up like flows or something like that. But I don't know. It's just I got a burning passion inside of me for music, and it's just what I want to do. So I really, when it comes down to it, I really like lock in for it. I mean, it's not really. I'm focused on it. It's like therapeutic for me. So like, why would I not want to go all in? You know what I mean? Like all of high school, all of middle school, elementary, I had sports growing up, and that was like my thing. Once I didn't go to college, it was like, damn, where am I doing now? And I always wanted to make music, never knew where to start, didn't know how to take that first step, anything like that. And I literally prayed for something like Stardom to pull up and then randomly got it that one day and it all worked out.
That's awesome, man. Good for you. So, you know, Stardom's been a big help for you to be in the program, to even have the opportunity to be out there. You know, there's a collective group of artists there. What's the number of how many artists are a part of Stardom? Roughly about 16. Wow, that is amazing, man. We'll definitely double back on that because I want to see how you feel with the other artists that are just part of the program. You know, actually, let's just talk about it right now. How do you feel about the other artists that are part of the program? Do you guys have a close relationship? Do you guys have you know, collaborations? Do you guys speak amongst each other to try to figure out, like, you know, is there? I guess this could be a question for you as well, Kelly. But is there like a set like identity of Stardom of what you guys are trying to put out? Or maybe you could speak for yourself as to what you want your identity to be as a part of Stardom.
Um, if you want me to be honest,
Go
I
ahead.
haven't really talked to the other artists.
Okay, honesty's the best policy.
Um, I've talking to a couple, and they're all cool people. They all have. I mean, I feel like everyone has the same drive and ambition that I do. They're all hardworking. Everyone knows what they're doing. With the album that just came out, I mean, you could see it there. We had how many artists on that?
11.
11 artists on that, and there's all different types of music on there, and everyone went out and did their thing.
It's insane. It's an interesting album. I'll say that much.
Yeah. I mean, you're hitting all aspects of music in that album. It's not like, really one genre. I mean, especially if there is a lot of rap in there, and then you have my song "Sad to Say," which is like that slowed down, like chill song.
Needed but appreciated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like everyone on the album it worked collectively, and they all did their thing together. Definitely. But yeah, I don't really know him personally or anything like that.
Okay, cool, man. I want to go back real quick to just talk about the confidence, because I saw this little Snapchat memory of mine last year, and talking about the confidence and who you are as a person. I was speaking to myself. I was having a conversation with myself, and I was like, I said in the camera, I was like, I had to convince myself.
Yeah.
I had to convince myself. That this is the right thing, that I'm on the right path. No matter what is gonna deter me, I had to convince myself, and because I convinced myself, you may come off as crazy or, full of confidence and delirious, I guess you could say, like, oh, this guy is a bit delirious that he thinks he's going to be doing this. But, you convince yourself that you belong here, that you need to be here, that, you have been convincing yourself your whole life. You said you had prayed for an opportunity like this to come along, and here it is, so you had to believe in yourself. You still believe in yourself. What are some of those things that you self-affirmation for you? How do you ground yourself when you're in a really tough situation and you need to convince yourself?
You got to be delusional. I mean, a dream is a dream. Like, people will say, like, oh, I want to be a nurse, but, like, is that really what you want to do?
Yeah.
Or is that what pertains to you know what I mean? So there's, like, different things like that, but, like, if you really want to chase, like, your final goal, like, actual, like, dream, like, you kind of got to be delusional almost.
What is the dream?
Um,
Tell me, what is the dream? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, bro? You're just starting out, right? You're ambitious as shit. What are
Yeah.
your goals, man? What is the dream?
I
How
want
delusional are you?
I want to give people songs where they can relate to, no matter what they're going through. Whether it's a good time, in the summer maybe, or you're going through a breakup, or you're going through something with your parents, anything possible. I want to give people, I want to be able to tell my story and have people relate to it and know that they're not alone in that aspect of life, because going through a lot of stuff growing up, you will feel, especially as a teenager, everything feels like the end of the world. So you will feel like alone and lost at certain points, and I want to make something for people so they don't feel like that.
So would you say at times that you write from the heart?
Definitely. Most
Okay.
times I do, yeah.
I'm excited to. All right, then that's very interesting, because I do have a follow-up question as far as your music goes. But you just had to convince yourself. 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself in this area? Do you see yourself out of this area? Do you want to make an impact on your local area? What are your thoughts here?
Oh yeah, it would definitely be cool to make an impact on the local area. And have people. I mean, there are a lot of people like following me and everything like that. But it would be cool to get out of here and branch off into something bigger. But I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you where I'm gonna be in 5 years. I couldn't tell you where I'm gonna be in a couple days. You know what I mean? We're just going day by day, honestly, at this point, and doing whatever I got to do. I still work 5 days a week. But yeah, it's just day by day, honestly. Just going through the motions, honestly.
That is a very broad question. It's a hard question. Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be here for 5 years. I remember Scranton being a 5-year plan,
Yeah.
a 5-year pit stop.
Yep.
And here we are. I think I'm on year 5, legit. Like, I am on year 5, and I think I'm gonna be here for a little bit longer, maybe another 5 more years. You want to know why though? Because I don't feel like I left my my impact yet.
Yeah.
I don't think I left. Like, I'm involved in a community, but have I done enough? Have I impacted the community enough for them to, recognize that the Middleman Podcast was here, and now we're off elsewhere doing everything else, but it started here, and it will always have started here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one of those things that it's interesting. You just take it day by day, and it's important to remember that, like, no one has a gun to your head forcing you to do what you got to do. Like, you can work at your own pace. You don't have to feel like you have an added pressure about releasing shit, that you need to get it done, because you work at your own pace, man. Success, patience. I actually saw this quote today. It said, It said water does not cut through a rock overnight. It cuts through a rock because it's persistent and it has patience. You know what I mean? So it's just that's the way you got to look at life at times. You know, it's a slow burn, super slow burn. But when you see those minuscule little jumps in between here and there, that you realize you're hitting goals and you can't even acknowledge those goals, right?
Yeah.
Because you already set your next set of goals.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, all right.
It's like cool and move on almost.
Very much so. Very much so. And, you know, it could be a little challenging at times. It could take a depreciation for what you do and, like, the emotions that you had set for yourself, the standard that you have set for yourself when you have reached that goal. And if you don't receive that, you know, internally, you know, sometimes you could sit there and be a little bit alarmed, you know. And I've had those, personally speaking, I've had those situations where I'm just like, damn, like, why did I think I was going to feel that way? And I actually feel like this.
Yeah.
You know, so it's very interesting. So 5-year plan, you know, it takes as long as it takes. As long as you're persistent, you're going to cut through that rock. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. So let's get into your music, my man. Let's get into your music. You know, I think one important thing to lay out here is, you know, how would you identify your sound, your genre, you know, what type of music you want to put out? I don't want to say I have a speculation of an artist because, you know, I think you have a very unique sound to yourself. You know, so what if people are gonna look up Dallas, what type of music should they expect to hear?
At this point, a little bit of everything. I'm kind of like trying to still find my voice and my sound because I'm so new. Trying to figure out where I'm gonna go with that, whether it's like pop, hip hop, you know, like punk rock, almost even like whatever I can do, why not do it all? You know what I mean? Why not be that diverse person out there in different types, but tell the same story?
Yes.
Because, you know, some people like pop, some people like rock, some people like hip hop, some people like rap, you know? So if I can have that same goal and have the same story to tell for people, but in a different genre and in a different way, why not right now while I'm not, you know, nobody's telling me what to do, really?
Yeah, figuring out your sound, figuring out what works for you, and you know, by testing those different avenues, you know, you can see your fan base.
Yeah.
You know, what they appreciate, and you know, it's like you don't have to repeat that same type of sound. You know, 'cause obviously you don't want to be locked into that box, but just you know, you'll figure it out through the trials and tribulations as to what works for you and what doesn't work for you.
Definitely, yeah. And I definitely do that while I have like time because obviously there's bigger artists out there who have made it and now they got to stick to a certain type of genre, I guess, and certain like way of making music because that's what they're told to do. So right now I'm kind of just rocking out, doing whatever. We got some, I mean, I've been using some crazy beats that I have written to, but not recorded or anything to yet so far. But yeah, definitely. I think I'm leaning towards like pop, hip hop. Honestly, right now, those songs are doing the best. And I mean, who doesn't love pop and hip hop? You know what I mean? It's all on the radio. That's all the radio is. But yeah, definitely those two I'm leaning towards.
Pop and hip hop. So if you guys are looking for music, you know, I definitely think the pop and hip hop is definitely there for you as far as sound. But there's like this, it's like a rockish pop.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, bro. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe there's a word for it. Maybe there's a term for it. But it's like rockish pop. You know, it's like I feel like if you were a lead singer of a rock band, you'd do all right. You know what I'm saying?
Word,
Like,
word.
I really think you do all right. You know, because you have in some of your songs you bring a raspiness to your voice. You know.
Yeah, I definitely have a raspy voice.
And you could hit those sounds, you could hit those genres. So that's why I'm like, yeah, no, you could do rockish pop.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't like that though. Sometimes I'm trying to have like a clean note or something.
You don't like the raspy voice?
Yeah, it's hard to work with, but I mean, I'm making it work. But I still have to find my voice too. And I mean, people might say otherwise, but I have no idea how to sing. I was never taught how to sing or anything like that. So maybe
do you sing in the shower?
So yeah, sometimes.
Then you're certified, bro. You be all right.
Nah, I be rapping in the shower.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't really sing that much.
You know, I honestly didn't know you freestyle, and I'm like, why haven't we not? All right, that's just all I'm saying. Why haven't we freestyled yet? You and I both. What's going on with that? I'm like a freestyle guru. I love to freestyle. I'm not that good, but I'll sit there and spit some bars.
Yeah.
You know, maybe off the camera. Last time I freestyled, I felt bad for the viewers, man. We don't want to do that shit again. You know, we lost some subscribers last time we did that. That shit was awful.
That's tough.
That shit was awful. So let's talk about your music, man. Let's talk about your first track that came out, Wasted. Okay, Wasted came out in 2023. That was your debut track. How do you feel that track did, man? How do you feel that track did?
For a first song, I think it did all right. It's got on everything. It's got over 1,000. Well, the main ones at least, like Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. It's got over 1,000 on all of those. So collectively, it probably has around like 4,000 streams, which like isn't where I want to be. But for a first song, I'm not gonna complain about that. It came out well, and I think it got so much love because it came out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, I had all these friends and people and family that were like, "You're making music?" And then so everyone wanted to see what it was. But I think that's why that did so well, because it was like random and out of the blue.
Were you expecting the initial response from your peers? Was the response from your peers, a little bit expected, or was it like, oh wow, this is a little bit unexpected? I didn't see this happening at all.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get a lot more hate. If you want to be a lot,
Really?
yeah, I thought I was
Haters
gonna
gonna
get some
hate, bro.
Yeah, for real. I literally said I'm just waiting for the hatred in the song. Because I definitely thought I was gonna get some hate, for that, but we got lucky. I haven't got much hate at all yet. It's either like people love it or they're just like not paying attention. You know what I mean? I haven't got much hate, which is cool, but obviously it's gonna come at some point.
It's
And
happening. They're just not showing it to you yet.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not commenting yet. I actually got one comment on a post, and it was like, "This shit trash, bro." but I was just like, all right, whatever. I'm not gonna let that dude with 20 followers get to me or anything like that. But yeah. Now I'm thinking about that. It's kind of funny. now it's in my head.
Let it go, man. As you said, he only got 20 followers. Who is he, man?
Yeah.
Who is he? I don't know who he is. He's probably just a bot account.
I was gonna say it might have been a bot. Honestly.
Yeah, it's usually how it is.
Yeah.
Or one of your haters, created a
Fake account.
and made that. And then if you see him on every page, you gotta find that hater. You gotta track him down.
You're doing too much.
What's
at
up
that
with you,
point,
bro?
though.
Like, what's up with you?
Yeah.
Why are you hating so much?
Nah, if you're making a fake account though, you're doing too much.
I think back, I'm like, damn, has anyone ever like openly admitted hate towards me? I don't think so. No. But I definitely have heard it. I've heard the noise.
Yeah.
I've heard the noise, through other sources.
Definitely.
Like, yo, they feel this way about you. And I'm like, word? That's stupid because, like, they just never hit me up.
Yeah. They never met me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's people who know me, bro.
Oh,
People who know
really?
me really well, too, actually. It's fucking shocking. It's shocking.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's fucking shocking. God damn it. 5 o'clock somewhere, okay? 5 o'clock somewhere. So, Wasted, I have, I really like the chorus of that. I kind of have it written out here. If it don't work out, would you stay or would you call it quits? Maybe you could say it better than I could with a little bit of enunciation. Yeah. Like, Shawty, I just started this. I'm going to make it happen because it's my passion, and I have in caps passion. Maybe one day I'll have a penthouse in Manhattan. Yeah, okay. That's the shit. So it's like, in that song, you had mentioned everyone tried to play you, and you took a bottle to the face, and you're feeling wasted. And earlier, we alluded to you speak from the heart, and I have following that statement there. Are those real life experiences? And if they are, could you expand on that experience that made you feel like you needed to put it in the song and have it be heard?
Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny how Wasted came. I was drinking with my friends one night, and I woke up at like 4 or 5 a.m. and had to throw up. So I went to the bathroom, and then I was telling everyone about it and everything the next day at like 11 or probably around 11 when we woke up, and it kind of just clicked in my head right there as we were talking about it, because they were all telling stories like past experiences and stuff like that, which usually doesn't happen for me. I don't know what happened, but
One too many, bro.
I usually I don't even wake up in the night or anything like that, and I just randomly woke up, and it was indeed early in the morning, crack ass at dawn, but yeah, and then it kind of just clicked there, and I had that and that only bar written down for like a week, and I didn't know where to take it from there, but it was just woke up early in the morning, I'm still feeling wasted, and then one day I was sitting on my friend's couch, and I just like looked at it, and I didn't know what to rhyme with it. So I looked up I went on Google and I looked up what rhymes with wasted. And I saw like 3, and immediately it came to my head, and I was like, okay, all right, I can do something with this. And then I just started going away and chipping away every day. And I did overall the song took me like 2.5 weeks to write. I didn't want to disappoint anyone, you know what I mean? My first song. yeah, they're all. I try to make most of my songs some real experiences. I don't want to like lie in any of my music, but you might don't count on me. Don't call me out if you see me capping music because it's music and I can
Yeah,
do
no,
what I
I
want
get
with
it.
it.
I
I can
get
do
it.
what I want with it, and I can tell other people's story too. Um, People that wanted to be told. I actually I'm working on a song with a friend of mine who's going through a really hard time and wanted a song to be written about it. So me and him have a shared note, and we've been writing ideas down and stuff that we're gonna work out together. But yeah, they're all real stories usually.
That's pretty sick, man. So going back to the creation process of that song, you said Kelly had sent you a bundle of beats,
Yep.
and that was one of the beats that were inside that bundle.
Yeah, I think it was the last one I listened to, honestly, and I was like, I don't know if I could do these. I don't know if I could do. They were more like rap beats, and I was like, and then I heard the first note in the wasted beat that, and I just went, yep, this is the one.
That's a great song, man. I do enjoy it. I think the music video came out really, really well.
Yeah,
You know, we got
definitely.
some friends in the background over here who are also inside that music video,
Yep.
partying, having one hell of a time, man. Tell me, that was probably your first music video experience. What felt really good about it? Some experiences that some obstacles that you had to like. Was that your vision from the jump? Who kind of made the storyline for the song?
We all had like collective ideas. Honestly, we kind of just like we were gonna have a part, like an actual big party, and just film a scene there, but that ended up falling through. So we had to come up. So literally, we had everyone that's in the video just throwing ideas out there, and we did it in like one night and one morning. We finished the whole video, so it was like a 2-day process. But
Nice.
it was. I mean, shout out to everyone that was in that video. They all had some great ideas, whether it was the lighting or like simple stuff like that that really made it look good.
Who recommended the chorus being sung with everyone in the beginning there? Because I know that's not a part of the song on
No.
Spotify, correct? It's only a part of the music video.
Yeah, that was me.
Good
We
idea,
were-
man. Good
thank you.
idea.
I actually wanted that on the middle chorus, but it ended up sounding better on the first one. So we used that there. And I mean, I don't know PJ's shout out PJ. I don't know his editing process or anything like that, but it all worked out and it sounds really good. And I like the way it came out. Even that guitar in the beginning, like the
Yeah,
like
I got you.
yeah. Well, in the video, it's like the rock guitar almost
Mhm.
in the intro, and even that came out really good. And I mean, he killed that video. But it was all ideas from everyone overall.
Collectively, that video has over 1,000 views. I've seen people do reviews about it. I've seen that song get danced on by other people. They would be
Yep.
dancing to it. So that song really did some great traction, man. And for that to be your first track must be surreal. For it to come out as good as it did, man. As good as it did. So then after that, we have your next song. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was "Love Me," correct?
Yep.
Okay, so "Love Me." Love Me, I was in the studio for the track. All
Yep,
right, that's
yep.
a bop. We were chilling there, we were
Uh-huh.
vibing. And like my favorite part here, bro, and I feel like one of my favorite parts, and this is why my favorite part, because I feel like I've heard you say it in another song later down the line. But whether or not it's on purpose, all right? So it goes, I was feeling down like, what? Like, where did I belong? Like, that what? Like, what? Like, can you do that? Hold on. I know you got something to that what there, because I feel like I've heard it in another song for sure.
Yeah.
Am I capping? Am I capping right now, bro? Because I feel like that's an ad lib of yours.
I was feeling lost. Like what?
There it is. There it is. No, that's like, where did I belong? And
Yeah.
I'm over drinking. I'm over thinking. Yeah, that song's a bop, bro. See, I
Mhm.
already got it in my head, bro. So that's a good sign for you to hear. It is a really catchy song. And it did numbers, man. So tell me about that song, "Love Me." That's more of like no, it's like a pop.
Yeah,
hip
it's like
hop again.
pop hip hop. That's what most of them are. That was kind of funny actually. The reason we dropped that is because on a Saturday, right? On a Saturday, we got the video sent to us. We woke up, first thing I saw was the video. He sent it to me, and we're putting it all in. And I had "Love Me" in the vault, and I wanted to drop another song for so long because this is like months after Wasted, and I was like, I looked at Kelly and I was like, yo, you think if we put it in, they'd clear it by the end of the day? And he was like, nah, but we could try. And we tried, and that was actually, we did it the day of. We put it into distribution, and somehow, some way, it cleared in that one day, and that was the only song to drop on my proper accounts too.
What do you
Dude.
mean by that? I'm sorry. Proper
Uh,
accounts.
distribution's been messing up a lot lately,
Okay.
and they'll like put my song on someone else's account or not at
That's
all.
interesting. That's
Apple
weird.
Music, Spotify. If you're
Mm.
watching this, fix your shit.
Get your shit right.
But yeah, no, we had some trouble with that, but somehow it usually it says like 1 to 2 business days or something like that, or like 1 to 4 business days. I don't know exactly what it is to like put it out there, but yeah, they've been messing up my stuff, and people have been asking me about it. Like even Wasted when it first came out was on some random pop star from India, named Dallas too. But
That's crazy.
yeah, it's stuff like that. But we got the video and we were dropping. Kelly was like, "Yo, we're dropping the video today. Post about it right now." And I was like, "All right, word." So I like screen recorded a little thing, posted about it, and then I literally just had the idea, and I was like, "Yo, fuck it, let's drop Love Me." I was like, everyone wants to see this video. Like, as soon as I posted it, there was like mad people like swiping up or like commenting on my Instagram, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's drop a song." And yeah, we just dropped it. It came out good. It's a really short song.
2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the beat was expanded. I could have done another verse and chorus on that, but it all worked out. Yeah,
Make it happen, bro. We got
Yeah.
remix opportunities are always available. We got the best producer in the house, Steez. You know, you can always make it happen. Shout out Steez PA. Shout out Encore Studio. Shout out the Middleman Podcast. We appreciate you all for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my boy Dallas. Spotify, Apple, follows, YouTube. You know how it goes. Make sure you support the artists because they need the support, bro. They need the support. So then after Love Me, right? After Love Me, here comes the Stardom Project.
yeah,
Here comes the Stardom Project. And you have 2 featured songs on that. You know, you have Sad to Say, and you also have I Wish, correct?
Yep.
All right, so Sad to Say. Sad to Say. We'll start off with Sad to Say. How does
Okay.
that sound? Sad to Say. How would you describe that song? Because I think it's a very different type of genre from you.
It was a trial song. I was seeing if it my favorite song at the time was kind of like that, and I wanted to do something like that. So I mean, I kind of just went in there, did what I could. I still didn't know that. I mean, that was my like 3rd studio session ever, so I didn't really know what was going on yet. But we put it together. It's more of like almost like an indie pop song, kind of almost like that. But it came together. The chorus is actually a freestyle. Now that I'm remembering,
Really?
Yeah, the chorus was a freestyle.
I have in my notes right here. I really like the chorus. Would you mind saying it?
I'm
I'm putting you on the spot, bro. I'm
yeah,
sorry. If
damn.
not, just stream the song.
I forgot it. If I know how it starts, I'd be able to.
And now I'm saying, baby, come home. And now, right?
Cause I've been thinking about you, you've been thinking about me, they've been thinking about us and what we could be, but it's sad to say it was only just a dream.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Perfect, man. Perfect. Yeah, that song is it's a lot slower. And in that song in particular, okay, there was a little bit of an instance that happened for you. You had broken your phone. You had broken your phone, and you know that had all of your notes, your musical lyrics, and everything like that. If you guys check out the vlog of the studio session, you can actually see Dallas was there with a notepad that day.
Yep.
With a
Yep.
notepad that day. Why you look so ashamed right now, bro? Why you look so ashamed?
Because that was so annoying. That was, oh my God, I've never been so stressed out before. We tried so much to fix it, and I don't know how I remembered the songs even, but wrote them down. So, backstory, I was at the gym the night before this studio session,
Getting
right?
a pump.
Yeah, I was getting a pump, getting some gains, and I was benching and I was using the dumbbells, and I didn't realize my phone fell out of my pocket. And when I put them on the ground, I didn't even see it. And what's weird is my music was still playing, so I got up and I was like in the middle of the gym, you know what I mean? And then I looked down and I was just no.
Damn.
And I had everything. So like, I mean, my friend has a MacBook, so we were trying to like log into my iCloud to see if it would work. It wouldn't work because I needed like the 2-step authentication or
Oh my
whatever.
goodness, yeah.
Oh my God, it was a hassle. And then I like just remembered what I could. And speaking on that now, Love Me actually, in that song, the verse was going to be the chorus at first.
Okay.
But as I was writing it down the second time, because that was that studio session, as I was writing it down, I realized that it would sound better flip-flop. So I literally just had that verse, or had that as the chorus, and then I wrote the verse, but I just flipped them. It sounded so much better that way.
It did. It did. It came out as a really great song, and something I had mentioned to Kelly when I was talking about the album in itself. When I heard that song come out, its final product, me being in the studio, knowing what was going on that day, I hear that we kept the page turning inside the song.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we did.
And I felt like that added a different element to it. You know,
Yeah.
it definitely exposes a little bit of the grittiness, you know, of starting something out. And for people to understand now the backstory as to what was going on. You know, you're flipping pages, you're going back and forth. But it's a fitting song for that, bro. It's like one of those songs that you write to someone that you're in love with, you know, like
Yeah.
and you know you're reading a notepad, you're reading pages. Eminem had done it, you know, in that one song, Stan.
Yep.
Yeah,
Stan.
you know, where he's turning the pages, you know, because of he's a real big fanboy. So I do think that although that wasn't planned, you know, the page turning and everything like that, I think it came out extremely well, and it was an added bonus, an added feature to that track.
Yeah, I appreciate that because even if we did want to take it out, it was going to be really hard because it was all with the vocals. So Steez would have had to go through hell to
Yeah.
get that out of there. But yeah, I think it does add like almost like another dimension to the song, and like I don't really know how to describe it, but I do definitely like how it sounds at the end. And like there's one part where I say saw a party on a flyer, and as I say flyer, I turn the page, so it sounds like there's a flyer there or something like that. But I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's people I'm with. I don't know if it's God, but everything has seemed to work out so far. In like that sort of way. Like, obviously my phone broke, but song arguably came out better with the page flipping.
Do you feel like writing wise, right? Let's talk about your creative process here just for a bit. Writing wise, do you feel like there was any difference as compared to writing in the notes as compared to actually physically writing it? Does it add a little bit more sentimental value to it? Did it enhance your writing skills by any chance, way, shape, or form?
Well, the pad, most of the song was done already. So I just had to kind of remember it, but I will say I did like writing music with the pen and the pad. I didn't like recording it with the pen and the pad.
Gotcha.
Because that was really hard, especially when you're going faster. Like on Love Me, I'm going a little faster and trying to flip and then read where you're at. And like my notes aren't all in order. They're not perfect. You know what I mean? There's stuff scratched out here with an arrow over here.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it wasn't the best, but I think I have a really odd creative process. That was a little different. That time it was an incident we had. Hold on. I got buzzing in my ears right now.
It happens, bro. Live with it or take it off if you want. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it back a little bit.
All right, cool.
But what were we talking about? Damn, I forgot. That threw me off track.
We were talking about the page turning and writing.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You
know. Yeah, with the pen and the pad, I think the pen flows a little bit better. I think it helps me because I'm not just typing a million miles per hour and then I'm like thinking and then typing. As I was writing that down, I was like thinking of the next line and then it came to my head and I don't think I stopped for the entire. I think it was just a one shot. Granted I knew most of the song already, but I still needed a verse in there, and it kind of just like the second verse, it kind of just like flowed in, with it on the pen and the pad, and I think that did help my creative writing process, and I have written songs on a pen and a pad actually since then, and I think it does help like lyrically because you have like you're saying it in your head as you're writing it, so you can kind of get a feel of like what it should sound like or like what you want it to sound like or something like that. I don't really know how to put it into words, honestly, but it works out. It works out for sure.
That's good, man. So it's something that you will probably keep doing from time to time. Maybe that'd be a good way if you ever have writer's block to find some inspiration and go back to the notepad, you know, and do it that way. So then your next song we have here is I Wish. Okay, I Wish on our STARDOM project, and Methadonix is featured on that track. I want to know about that track. Actually, I want to know who approached you with that track. You know, like, was it collabed from the jump? Was it a collab mix from the jump? Or did someone already have one verse written down and was like, hey, I think I kind of want you on the song, so on and so forth. So who's going to go first? Mr. Methadonix, go ahead. The floor is yours, man. Tell us about this song. Tell us about I Wish.
So it was more so one of those things where I constantly just buy and buy and buy beats and have them made. So I come across this beat that I've probably had the beat for about a year, and I sent it to Dallas, and I'm like, I think we'd sound good together on this song. You know what I mean, right? So here's the crazy part about that song, though. If you listen to the song, the whole story adds up and lines up. His verse, his chorus, along with my verse. We didn't write the song together at all. So we ended up doing a parallel, and it just perfectly lined up.
Wow.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know, in a way, it's like a story about, you know, you wish this could have worked out. I wish this would have went better, but you fucked me up. You know what I mean? And somehow, some way, I sent him my verse, and then he sent me his, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I'm
nah,
like,
that
how
was
did
pretty
we do
We
crazy,
that?
just become best friends.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Yeah.
It's like, and in the song, you know, he's like, it's the kid in the meth, a different connection. Like, you know what I mean? Unintentionally, that line became so accurate
Yeah.
with what we did, and it blew my mind. You know what I mean? And that's one of my favorite songs I've done. You know, because I just think the way he approached it, and you know what, he's gonna tell you the condition he was in for the song as he was recording it, but it still came out so good. And just like, I haven't done a verse like that in a while, and it was really true to heart, true to reality, and I'm just really proud of how it came out. You know what I mean?
What were you experiencing while recording that?
Oh, God.
Bad, bro. Bad. So I was sick for like a week and a half before this, and I had the studio session, and I needed to record it, and it needed to be done because we recorded this song like 3 different times, dude. We could not get it right for the life of me. I couldn't get it right. And we all knew what we wanted it to sound like, and I just couldn't do it. And then the last day, well, I'm like, whatever comes out, this is staying. Like, we're picking from these 3 because I'm almost tired of this song at this point. But I had a really sore throat, and so it was really bad. Like, I was drinking hot tea in the studio. I was in my pajamas. Like, I wasn't having a good
You were
time
on your
at all.
deathbed.
Yeah, no, I was doing really bad. I was blowing my nose every 5 minutes. It was really bad. But I recorded the verse, and after it, I put my all into it, right? Because I could barely even talk. I put my all into it. The next day, like, we went out to dinner after that. I couldn't even eat because it hurt so bad. The next day, I'm like, I need to go to urgent care or something. Like, this is bad. Like, I can barely breathe right now. Come to find out, I had strep throat and severe tonsillitis all in one. And somehow,
That's wild.
yeah, really bad. And somehow, some way, I sounded like that. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy.
I mean, the condition he was in, and I knew when he walked into the studio that day, he's like, yo. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, no. I'm like, now this song spanned 3 studio sessions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at first we thought we had it. We didn't have it. Second time, okay, it got a little bit better. Then somebody comes in, his vocal cords are shredded to shit, and that's the best take of the song that we got.
Yeah.
And I think in my opinion, you know, because he was in that condition, I think it pushed him an extra mile to be like, okay, I don't have a lot to work with today, so I'm going to push myself to make this sound fucking amazing. You know what I mean? And that's what came out. You know what I mean? And by no means is the song perfect. Nothing we ever do is going to be perfect. But it's one hell of a song.
Can I ask, what was the thing that you guys didn't like between take 1 and take 2 that made take 3 sound so great?
Yeah, I was really flat on take 1. Like, really flat, like, had no dimension to my voice at all. So that was really bad. We were going to use it at first, and then I was like, after like a week of hearing it, I was like, I fucking hate this. Like, this is awful. I don't want to put this out. And then second one, my voice was cracking. So I had like a time or two where like my voice cracked. So we were like, shit, like, damn, we got to do this again. And then I recorded it in the worst state of my life. Hopefully I'll ever record again. That was horrible. I couldn't talk for like 3 days. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do anything. I was unfunctional after that studio session.
Completely.
Wow, man, you went through to get that one track out, man. That one track. That's a great track. I do appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
I want to talk. We have time for one more track, and then we're about almost done here. We're gonna transition into tea time. Your newest track just came out. Lost in My Head. I fuck with that, bro. That's my shit. I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting over here like bumping that. That's in the playlist, bro. That's in the playlist.
Yeah.
That's in we chilling, we vibing. That's the playlist it made it to.
That is my favorite song I have ever made to this day. by far. I don't know what it is about the song, but I love it so much. And it might just be the part where I'm like, burning. It might be that, but it's also like so catchy.
Yeah, man, it's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's so
lost in my head. Sorry. sorry. My fault. I'll let you speak.
Oh God. But yeah, no, I love that song so much, and we had a couple bumps in the road with that one too. We're gonna have them with every song now. But I just love that song so much because
is there a music video coming out?
Today we might possibly be recording that music video.
Heard that.
Yeah, later on. Shout out ATT Rones. Alex Trones, he's shooting that later for a school project.
Cool. Let's see it.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll come good. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what it. You ever like have a crush on someone?
Yeah. Okay.
This is gonna sound crazy.
Tell me, bro.
And you don't know what it is. Like, you know what I mean? When you have a crush on someone and you don't know what it is,
like,
that's
damn, why does this person drive me crazy?
Yeah.
Is it the nose?
Yeah, I don't know
the
what
eyebrows?
it is.
What is it? I don't get it.
I think I'm in love with the song though. like bad.
Same
bad.
way, bro. It's a nose. I'm telling you, it's a nose.
It's got to be the nose. I don't know what it is. I mean, the cover is also really a funny picture. It looks so serious and like dark and grungy, but dude, it's a picture of me blacked out on my friend's kitchen floor. like it's the funniest picture ever, and the picture's all blurry. There's like a can next to me.
Is that what that was? I was gonna ask that.
Yeah, you can't really tell in the album cover, but it's like a really funny picture overall. But like, and the song, it's like upbeat. It's upbeat for sure. But it's like kind of like more on the sadder side with lyrics. Talking about like, I'm lost in my head because this is going on, like over like little things like that. And I think that's what I kind of want to do. I want to make upbeat songs with sad lyrics so people can listen to the lyrics if they're sad, and people can listen to the beat and the flow if they're partying or they're happy or something like that.
Feel happy,
you know what I mean? Because, I mean, I feel like that song's really diverse. You could listen to that when you're in your feels, or you could listen to that when, you're on a boat, honestly.
It's a fantastic song, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, that's a favorite for sure.
Kelly and I were talking, just texting amongst each other. I was like, nah, I really fuck with the song and made it to the playlist. And I'll be honest with you guys, not every song makes it to the playlist. I do fuck with my people. I do support. I will repost, but not every song makes it to the playlist. That one definitely made it to the playlist, and it's been a repeat, so it's a really great song, man. For me personally, I'm not the say all be all of music. I have my taste, and I do appreciate that song. I think it's a really good one, man. And then there was one last question I wanted to ask, and I'm drawing a blank on what it was, and I'm like, motherfucker, what a shame. What a shame.
Sucks. Take your time, though. You can think about it.
We'll get it back. But listen, man, it's been, I got it now. Perfect. So, within this interview here, you had mentioned a few things that, just the personal creative process of making a song. You were sick as a dog. You really love that one song, Lost in My Head. There's things like that are so important because, I appreciate you coming to the Middleman Podcast, being transparent with who you are.
Thank you for having me.
Because when it comes to artists, right, I was having a conversation with someone. I think it's important for people to understand that when you come on the show, we're going to talk about your music, right? Everyone knows your music. Everyone knows where you're going, your lyrics, what you're saying, so on and so forth. But they don't really know who you are as an individual without the song, and I think that within this interview, we did cover the wide range of who you are as a person to know, what you do in your free time, what you're all about, as well as the music aspect of it. So, that's my biggest thing when I have any type of artist come on the show. Like, I want to know about your music, but also we want to know about you, who you are, and where you're going, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind for future interviews, artists that come on the show. Dallas, it's been a pleasure having you here, man. You've been as transparent as they always come. You're a light, man. You're well on your way. You got a fucking confidence to you. And let me ask you, bro, is it 5 o'clock?
It could be.
I don't know, man.
I think
I'm waiting for something for it to be 5 o'clock.
Anybody want to do the honors?
I mean, it's on me, bro. I did the first one. I don't want to be the one with the problem here.
It's
5 o'clock
somewhere.
Let's cheers. We'll sign off here. Dallas, right before we take this shot here, is there anything you want to leave for the crowd? Anything that we should be expecting? Feel free to go ahead and leave them with what they should be expecting from you in the future.
A lot of good stuff. I definitely want to improve with music. Doing a lot. Music videos. I want to have all my friends in music videos, just because it's fun to have, like, looking back in the years, even if, like, this doesn't work out and I just work a 9 to 5 the rest of my life, I'm still doing what I love for one. So I'm probably not gonna stop. But I think looking back and being able to say, like, when I'm with my friends older and we're with our families and stuff, like, remember when we did this? Like, remember when we made this music video? And I think it'll be really cool, even if it doesn't all work out. I'm still gonna have fun with it and do it. But let me think of something deep I could say real quick before we go off.
Enjoy the process the whole way there.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you got to embrace the bumps along the road on the way there. You can't just, nobody's going to carve you a path to where you want to go. You gotta create it, and you got to embrace the roadblocks and trials and tribulations and everything like that.
Dallas, make sure you got him on Instagram. Make sure you check him out. We're going to have his handle right here. Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Support the artist. We got some performances that are going to be coming up for you. As you guys continue to watch the Middleman Podcast, you will definitely hear some dimes that are being dropped. We got some motion. There's commotion in this area. We got some shit going on, bro. So, I'm happy that you are part of that with me, as well as Kelly, Steez, everyone involved, 570 Exotics, everyone involved. Crazy shit going on. It's 5 o'clock somewhere right here in the stew.
How you doing?
Cheers.
Cheers.
And with that being said, I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez, signing out. Make sure you guys tune in to Tea Time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea. Peace.